15 secrets men don't always admit about dating, but you should know. When it comes to dating, men often keep certain thoughts, feelings, and experiences to themselves, sometimes out of pride, sometimes out of uncertainty, and other times simply because they assume no one would care to know. But understanding these little-known truths can give you insight into how men really think and what they look for in a relationship. 1. Confidence is more attractive than looks. Most men appreciate physical beauty, but confidence is what truly makes someone stand out. A woman who carries herself well, speaks with certainty, and owns her space is naturally magnetic. Men notice how you interact with others, whether you hold eye contact, and how comfortable you seem in your own skin. Confidence makes a lasting impression, while physical looks alone can fade from memory. 2. Rejection hurts more than we show. Even the most confident, outgoing men feel the sting of rejection, but they often don't express it openly. Society teaches men to suck it up and move on, but the truth is, being turned down, especially by someone they genuinely like, can be discouraging. Some men avoid making the first move altogether because past rejections still linger in their minds. 3. We notice the small things. You might think men don't pay attention to details, but many do. Whether it's the way you tuck your hair behind your ear when you're nervous, your choice of perfume, or how you laugh differently when you really find something funny, these little things stick in our minds. If a guy truly likes you, he will pick up on things about you that you might not even notice about yourself. For we appreciate directness. Mixed signals can be frustrating. If you like us, showing clear interest makes dating much easier. A lot of men struggle to read subtle hints or assume a woman isn't interested if she's too vague. A simple compliment, a touch on the arm, or even saying, "I really like spending time with you," can eliminate a lot of unnecessary guessing. 5. We get nervous too. Some guys may appear smooth and confident, but deep down, most men experience nervousness, especially if they really like you. The fear of saying something awkward, running out of things to talk about, or not making a good impression is real. If you notice a guy fidgeting, speaking faster, or avoiding too much eye contact, it might just mean he likes you more than he's letting on. 6. Looks matter, but personality matters more. Physical attraction is important, but what really makes someone unforgettable is their personality. A stunning woman with a dull personality can lose a man's interest quickly, while a woman who makes him laugh, challenges him intellectually, and has a great energy can become irresistible even if she isn't his type physically. 7. Men like compliments too. A lot of men rarely receive genuine compliments, and when they do, they remember them for a long time. A simple "you look great today" or "I love your voice" can boost a man's confidence just as much as it does for a woman. It's rare enough that a single compliment can stand out in his memory for years. 8. We don't always know what you're thinking. Many men aren't great at picking up on subtle emotional cues. If something is bothering you or you want something specific, clear communication is key. Expecting a man to just know can lead to misunderstandings. Most guys genuinely want to make you happy, but they need you to tell them what that looks like. 9. Playing games gets old quickly. The hard-to-get act can be intriguing at first, but if it's overdone, it becomes frustrating. Most men prefer honesty and authenticity over unnecessary mind games. If a guy senses that he's constantly being tested or strung along, he may lose interest even if he was into you at first. 10. We appreciate effort. Just like women, men notice and appreciate when someone puts effort into a relationship. It could be dressing up for a date, remembering small details about us, or planning something special. Men don't always say it, but they value when a woman invests time and energy into the connection instead of expecting them to do all the work. 11. Independence is attractive. Men love a woman who has her own life, passions, and goals. A woman who is confident in herself and doesn't need constant validation is incredibly attractive. While men enjoy feeling needed, they also respect and admire someone who is self-sufficient and brings something unique to the table. 12. Emotional safety matters. Most men are hesitant to open up emotionally because they fear being judged or dismissed. Society conditions men to suppress vulnerability, so when a guy finds someone who makes him feel safe enough to share his feelings, it means a lot. If a man is opening up to you, it's a sign he sees you as special. 13. We think about the future more than we admit. Men may not always talk about long-term plans early on, but that doesn't mean they're not thinking about them. If a guy is really into you, he's likely considering whether you'd be a good match in the long run even if he isn't vocalizing it. Many men quietly assess things like compatibility, shared values, and how you handle situations before they decide to commit. 14. Silence doesn't always mean disinterest. If a guy goes quiet during a date or over text, it doesn't necessarily mean he's bored or losing interest. Sometimes, men retreat into their thoughts, process their emotions differently, or just enjoy the moment without feeling the need to talk constantly. If he's still making an effort to spend time with you, he's likely still interested. 15. Making you happy feels amazing. At the end of the day, men love making the woman they care about happy. Whether it's making you laugh, planning a surprise, or simply seeing you light up when he does something sweet, that reaction brings genuine joy. A lot of men won't openly admit it, but your happiness plays a big role in their satisfaction in the relationship. We overanalyze text messages too. You might think that only women stress over how long it takes to get a reply, what a text means, or whether an emoji changes the tone, but men do it too. If we like you, we carefully read your messages and sometimes rewrite ours before hitting send. We worry about being good enough. Men won't often say it, but many have insecurities about whether they measure up. Whether it's their looks, career, finances, or even how interesting they are in conversation, a lot of guys wonder if they're enough for the person they like. We notice the way you treat others. How you talk to waitstaff, cashiers, or even strangers tells us a lot about your character. If you're rude or dismissive, it's a huge red flag, no matter how attracted we are to you. Vinban MCC Hun like it when you make the first move. There's a myth that men always want to chase, but the truth is, many of us find it refreshing when a woman takes the lead. It shows confidence and removes the pressure of having to guess if you're interested. If we like you, we'll try to impress you. Men have different ways of doing this. Some might tell jokes, others might subtly brag about their achievements, and some will go out of their way to be helpful. If a guy is putting in extra effort, it's because he wants to stand out. 6. We fear rejection more than you think. As much as men are taught to be tough, rejection stings deeply. Some guys will avoid making a move altogether just to prevent the embarrassment of being turned down. 7. We love seeing you excited about something. When you talk passionately about something you love, whether it's a hobby, a goal, or a favorite show, it's attractive. Seeing your eyes light up and hearing your enthusiasm makes us more drawn to you. 8. We're not always thinking about something deep. Sometimes when we seem quiet or distant, we're literally thinking about nothing important: sports, cars, food, or a random meme we saw. It's not always about feelings or problems. 9. We want to feel needed but not cling to. Men like to feel useful in a relationship, whether it's fixing something, giving advice, or just being there when you need support. But being overly dependent or constantly seeking validation can be overwhelming. 10. We respect women who set boundaries. If you say no or establish your standards early, we actually respect that. It shows confidence and self-worth, which is very attractive. A woman who isn't afraid to stand by her values commands respect. 11. We love a woman who can laugh at herself. Humor is a huge attraction factor. If you can joke around, be playful, and not take yourself too seriously, it makes dating fun and comfortable. 12. We pay attention to your friends' opinions. Whether we admit it or not, we know that your friends' opinions matter. If your friends don't like us, we know it could make things harder in the long run. Some guys will try to win over your friends to improve their chances. 13. We like women who take initiative in the bedroom. A lot of men appreciate when a woman isn't afraid to express what she wants in intimacy. It takes the pressure off always being the one to make the first move and makes things more exciting. 14. We like when you show physical affection first. Even a small touch on the arm, holding hands, or leaning in for a hug can make a man feel desired. Many guys aren't used to women initiating affection, so when it happens, it leaves a strong impression. 15. We think about past relationships more than we admit. Even if we don't talk about it, most men reflect on past relationships and what went wrong. We learn from them, compare experiences, and sometimes worry about making the same mistakes. 16. If we like you, we'll try to make you laugh. Humor is one of the main ways men flirt. If a guy constantly cracks jokes or teases you in a playful way, chances are he's interested. 17. We want you to be honest about what you want. If you're looking for something serious, say it. If you just want something casual, be upfront. Most men prefer directness over guessing games. 18. We're attracted to women who are kind not just to us, but in general. Looks might catch our attention, but kindness makes us stay. A woman who genuinely cares for others, shows empathy, and has a good heart is incredibly attractive. 19. We love seeing you in your element. Whether it's watching you focus while working, seeing you cook your favorite dish, or watching you dominate in a sport or hobby, seeing you fully engaged in something you love is fascinating to us. 20. We want to feel chosen, not just convenient. Men want to feel like you're with them because you genuinely like them, not just because they're available or better than being alone. Knowing that you truly value us for who we are is what makes a relationship meaningful. Men may not always voice these thoughts, but they play a big role in dating and relationships. Understanding these insights can help you navigate dating with a deeper awareness of what's really going on in a man's mind.